Hi there, Fareez. Nice to see that you sent us your first set of essays. Let's take a look at what you wrote. The first one is about schools. Here's what you said. There has been a fundamental transformation in the mindset of the population, debating whether educational institutes need to be more engaging as opposed to merely imparting knowledge. Indeed, I am convinced that the evidence answers this mainstream concern, conveying the need for more than just educating. In this essay, we'll examine this and detail the manner in which it supports a stated opinion. Okay, I'm not really a huge fan of this expression here, answers the main stream concern. Uh, this was nice, conveying the need for more than just educating, but this just felt a little awkward to me. The rest of the paragraph is lovely, so nice job. Firstly, it is vital to note that the attention span of the younger generations has diminished, especially for the millennials. This decrease is attributed to the almost instantaneous rate at which data is now consumed. For example, a recent study from Harvard has concluded that information retention is directly related to the recipient's level of engagement when receiving that knowledge. Therefore, it is clear that an entertaining environment will sustain teaching more efficiently. Well, for reason, actually, it isn't, okay? Just because we're talking about instantaneous consumption of data, that doesn't mean that you have proven that entertainment is the way to keep people engaged. You needed to develop that more. While I like what you wrote, it's nice, you haven't really proved your point. Okay? Let's see. Level of engagement. So, level of engagement doesn't have to necessarily mean entertainment. It could mean anything that really just holds the participant's attention. So, you needed to make this link between engagement and entertainment and level of information retention more concrete. You didn't. So it felt like here you were going from point A to point D, and you just kind of skipped over points B and C. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's move on. Secondly, the inherent nature of these generations is to require an experience related to the time, place, and activity. Generating a lasting memory in the mind of these individuals involves linking information to external stimuli, forming a comma here, forming a concrete memory nugget which can be recalled. A study by MIT showed that 60% of participants were able to recall faster when the atmosphere was entertaining and not just systematic. Such experiences undoubtedly enhance education, which is to successfully translate raw data into a lasting memory. Okay, this is nice. I liked it. It felt certainly like you're informed about the topic, and so that's really good. But again, my concern is where and when you decide to introduce this element of entertainment. You didn't really talk about entertainment until the very last idea, pretty much. Okay, so remember that it's important that your central idea be clear throughout here. So um, here, for example, you could have mentioned entertainment. Let me show you where. Secondly, the inherent nature of these generations is to require an experience related to specifically to the time, place, and activity. And this can be achieved best through entertaining methods. Okay, so if you had introduced this element of entertainment earlier on in your paragraph, it would have made it much more cohesive and much better linked to the topic. Okay, because the only time you really talk about entertainment is just on here. All right, I hope that makes sense too. Let's see. In conclusion, I strongly agree with the notions that schools have to be more captivating. In the future, I believe that all places of learning, from pre-K to higher education, will do more to ensure that the delivery of education incorporates entertaining experiences. Okay, fine. Lovely grammar, lovely vocabulary. Like I said, it felt like you had some specialist knowledge about this. I don't know if you were just making up this data and so forth, but it felt very convincing. Just remember that you have to link it back to this idea of entertainment a little stronger. Okay? Let's move on to the next one, enjoyable activity. Today, besides reading, there are more amusing and effective avenues that children can use, perhaps, or avenues. No. Besides reading, there are more amusing and effective avenues for children to enhance their skills and mind. I completely agree that children can excel in these ways. This is awkward here. Excel with these ways instead of reading once they employ exciting modes of entertainment, thus resulting in both physical and mental advancement. Okay, fine. Firstly, a child's brain is usually more stimulated through video games rather than reading. This is because when children play electronic games, they learn to focus and a boost creativity, which often cannot be derived from reading. Okay? For example, in 2019, MIT conducted hundreds of brain scans on young gamers, which proved not only that they are more efficient at filtering out distractions, but also that role playing games such as World of Warcraft improve their ability to generate new ideas. More than their counterparts. That word is missing there. Therefore, even if reading is invaluable to children, it is argued by many that video games can be more beneficial to them. Lovely, that's really good. Secondly, sporting activities can also bestow many physical attributes which are impossible to obtain via reading. This is mainly because children can enhance their social and interactive skills. For instance, a recent study by Cambridge University concluded that 85% of children who play sports are better at communication and teamwork than those who do not. As a result, many children who play sports are likely to progress in these aspects as opposed to those who read. Lovely. Good. That's very good. To conclude, although reading is beneficial to children, there are many amusing alternatives such as electronic gaming and sporting activities which get rid of which can inherently provide advancement both physically and psychologically. Okay, it's very good, Fareez. You've done a really nice job. You've utilized the template accurately. It flowed really nicely, and you can tell that it flowed really nicely because I read it very quickly. I read it very easily. You certainly, you were cohesive. You had a central idea. So I was happy with your body paragraphs here. I thought it was a very nice, strong essay. Okay, so excellent first set of essays. You're doing really well. Let's talk about what the next steps now are for you in the course. The first step is for you to correct these essays based on this video correction, and then send that back to us. The second thing you're going to send us is an error correction list. What that list is basically it's a list of your errors where you write down the error, and then next to each error you will write down what the corrected version would be. That's a list you're going to add to with each essay correction you get back. And then the third thing you want to send us, of course, is a new set of essays where you really apply everything that you've been learning on the course and in these video corrections, okay? So go ahead, get all of that started. Excellent first set of essays. Congratulations. Good job. Keep up the good work, and I'll be waiting for your next set of essays.